Hey guys, welcome back to Aussie and the Pro. Today we're going to be going over UFC 247, Dominic Reyes versus John Jones.
So Saturday, February 8th at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, we have John Jones versus Dominic Reyes. We have Valentina Shevchenko versus Caitlin Schukagan. We have Juan Adams versus Justin Tafa, followed by Mirsad Bektic versus Dan Iggy. And then lastly, we have the heavyweights Derek Lewis versus Ilar Latifi.
So first we're going to go over Dominic Reyes and how he presents some different problems than Jones' last opponents and what's unique to Dominic Reyes. So first things first, I'm going to mention that he's a little bit more athletic and he's a little bit more explosive than some of the other past opponents that John Jones has fought. He's also a longer, rangier southpaw. Jones has fought rangier people in the past, and those guys that presented problems with him, like Gustafsson and Jones won. Even when Jones fought OSP, he had a little bit of a difficult time getting in range there. So I believe that the range that Dominic Reyes has will play a factor, and the fact that he's a southpaw will even make it a bigger deciding factor, possibly, in the fight.
Yeah, and what we see from Dominic Reyes as of late too is that he has really good movement he's really good on his feet. So, he throws a lot of leg kicks too. We saw Thiago Santos, who was very successful against John Jones in his last fight by throwing those leg kicks. He also has movement in exchanges. He kind of moves to the left and throws that left cross, and he's dropped Weidman, he's dropped Cannoniers and OSP. With that punch, when he has guys hurt, he throws a combination of punches and kicks from different angles too. He doesn't just stick with that left hand. So he can be very dangerous especially in the first couple of rounds against somebody like John Jones.
Yeah, one thing Reyes does very well is jump on his opponents when they are hurt. I think that his best chances of winning this fight are likely to use some of that explosive athleticism and use a lot of the weapons a southpaw presents, such as the straight left and the right hand, which is what he does very well. Dominic Reyes uses his straight left very well, uses his left kick very well, which are the main tools for his southpaw, is that left side. He has head kick knockouts with the left leg. He has straight cross knockouts. Reyes is very powerful coming off that left side.
Yeah, and just talking about some of the strengths and weaknesses of Dominic Reyes. So, in reviewing the Volkan Özdemir Dominic Reyes fight, because when I originally watched it, I thought, Volkan Özdemir won that fight, and it's a really close fight. But what we see in that fight too is that Volkan Özdemir actually controls the center of the octagon, something that John Jones likes to do. And he also took Dominic Reyes down a couple times, but every time Dominic Reyes got back to his feet, which was pretty impressive. So that is something that he didn't do too well, I think, against Volkan Özdemir, but he was able to get up after those takedowns. And I know one of the strategies for Jones could be to take him down, although he didn't. John Jones didn't utilize that strategy against Thiago Santos.
Okay, now let's go over John Jones and what abilities he possesses that Dominic Reyes has not seen in the past. First thing I'm going to say that John Jones has over Dominic Reyes is just experience in general. I believe John Jones has fought in the best of the best at light heavyweight. He's fought in the former heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier, fought in and beaten Daniel Cormier, arguably twice. He's also very, just overall, as far as minutes in the cage, he probably has 5 times the amount of cage time Dominic Reyes has. I don't know the exact number, but based on the amount of title fights that he's had that have gone to a decision, I believe he's only had 2 that have even gone to a finish, or 3 of recent.
And 6 of 7 of his last fights have gone to decision.
Yeah, all decision and all 5-minute rounds. So that's a lot of cage time and a lot of experience that John Jones has.
And the guys beat everybody. You look at his track record. He's beat Quinton Jackson. He's beat Lyoto Machida. He beat Mauricio Rua. He beat Rashad Evans, Vitor Belfort, Chael Sonnen, Gustafsson. The Gustafsson fight was a very close fight. I was actually at that fight in Toronto. I actually thought Gustafsson won that fight, but that was a really close fight. Glover Teixeira, Daniel Cormier, OSP. I mean, the guy, like, if you look at his record, it's unbelievable. I don't think we've seen in the UFC history a champion that's been this dominant against, you know, these caliber of fighters.
Yeah, exactly. And he originally won the belt back in 2011. So, and he's never officially lost the belt in a fight. So that being said, is that this guy's been a champion for 9 years. 9 years, and I believe he's only 30 years old. So, John Jones has all the tools. He's the most well-rounded, arguably the greatest of all time in MMA right now. Arguably undefeated, besides his one controversial loss to Matt Hamill. So, the fight IQ that John Jones has over Dominic Reyes is just through the roof. The wrestling ability he has over Dominic Reyes is through the roof. The athletic ability is probably at par. If we go to the genetics of John Jones, he has two brothers that are NFL champions, Super Bowl champions. It runs in his blood. So John Jones is an athlete through and through. He's a competitor through and through. And the only chances I really feel Dominic Reyes has is to explode and maybe catch John Jones.
Dominic Reyes.
Yeah.
Catch Dominic Reyes. Yeah. So just to add to what you're saying, TJ, really is that John Jones, his fight IQ is what impresses me the most. So this is a guy who, as the fight goes on, he adapts to his opponents and he totally nullifies their strengths, right? Like he totally just dismantles any success that a fighter's having. So when we saw Thiago Santos, granted the guy blew out both his knees in that fight, he was landing leg kicks, right? And what did John Jones do? He adapted. You've seen even with Cormier. I thought Cormier was winning that second fight.
Yeah.
You know, up until the second round. He saw that arm drop. He threw the kick. So really, John Jones' fight IQ is what, to me, has led to his success, and I think it'll lead to his success on Saturday night. Unless, as we said, Dominic Reyes gets the early finish.
So, what's your prediction for the fight?
I see it going to either decision. I'm going to say that it's going to go to decision and that John Jones is going to win 4 out of 5 rounds.
Personally, for me, I believe that John Jones is going to be able to take him down and really have his way with him. I don't see too much skills from Dominic Reyes on the ground, especially as far as it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu itself. I think that Jones gets the second or third round finish on the mat.
See, I would think, like, I know that John Jones has those tools, and his ground game's improving, and he has a lot of submissions too in his record, in his history, but it's so interesting that he didn't do that with Thiago Santos.
Yeah.
Right? And Dominic Reyes, actually, from what I've been watching his fights lately, he has takedown defense too, so it'll be really interesting to see if John Jones can kind of keep him on the ground and like you said, maybe get to a submission.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out this Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. We're gonna be coming to you guys with a recap the following week after this fight.
So we're gonna post this video, and we also want to hear from you. So what are your predictions? What do you think is gonna happen on Saturday night? So you can comment below. And again, thank you for watching Ozzy and the Pro. That was way better.
Yeah,
that was like fucking 1,000 times better.
Yeah.